Hey guys, it's Brooke with SupertutorTV, and today I'm going to talk to you about what to bring to the ACT. So if you're getting ready to take the ACT tomorrow, what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go through some of the things that you should put in your bag and bring with you along to the test, and a few of the things that you shouldn't bring with you, so that you can have a super awesome test day. So the first thing to bring is an approved calculator. So here's the deal. The ACT does not allow the same calculators that the SAT does. The TA89 calculator and the Inspire CAS edition are not permitted on the ACT, so do not bring those calculators or you will not be allowed to use them. The TA84 Plus C is totally allowed, the TA83 is allowed, the TI Inspire non-CAS edition is also permitted. If you're not sure if your TI Inspire is a CAS edition, look at the top of it. There should be like a little CAS. If there's no CAS, your Inspire is probably fine. The other thing to be aware of is you're not allowed to have any documents on your calculator, and also you're only allowed to have permitted types of programs. The next thing to bring is pencils. I like to bring several so that I've got them all sharpened and ready to go. And the other tip that I have is when you're bringing your pencils, I like to have a couple that are sort of dulled down and rounded down so that they bubble a little bit faster. I also like to bring a nice and sharp one for my essay, and one that's kind of in between for the math so that I can write down my math problems but still bubble at the same time with it. Next, an eraser. These erasers are totally crap, by the way. I don't know if you've ever tried using them. So I like a nice soft eraser. This one is nice. There's like Pendaflex makes some nice ones. The other thing that I like to bring, and this is not on the ACT list, is a little pencil sharpener. Sometimes proctors will not let you keep these on your desk, but then you can just kind of stick it under your desk and use it in between tests if you need to. But it's good to have around just in case your pencils all seem to break on you. Next, I recommend bringing a watch. I recommend that you get one that's got like a stopwatch on it so you can like time yourself. That can be helpful. You never know where the clock's gonna be in your room. And yes, the proctor is going to announce when you have 5 minutes left, but how do you pace yourself when you only know that you have 5 minutes left? That's not a good pacing strategy. So bring a watch. Next, you need to bring your admission ticket. It cannot be on a screen, on an iPhone, on an iPad. All of that is not permitted. So make sure you have a printed copy, black and white or color is fine, of that admission ticket with your picture on it. Next, you'll need an ID. I recommend a government issued ID if you've got it. If you don't have a government issued ID, that's fine. You can bring your school ID as long as it's printed on plastic and it has your picture on it. If it's one of those like cheap laminated ones or paper, it might not be acceptable. The last thing that I recommend that you pack is food. So I know the ACT on their website tells you not to bring any food or drink into the testing center, but what I'm going to say is that's a bunch of baloney. As long as you put it in a bag and you put it at the bottom of the bag and you can close that bag completely, you should be allowed to bring food in. The ACT has a few more rules than the SAT does in terms of like not bringing other stuff with you. Like you're not supposed to bring other papers, you're not supposed to bring notes and dictionaries and all that kind of stuff. So clean out your bag when you put all this stuff in and hide some food in there. Protein, fruit, sandwiches, like bring a full packed lunch, bring a water bottle, avoid the sugary drinks, avoid caffeine unless you're used to it, and you should be set. And then my other tip on snacks is just eat them at every break as you can. You're not gonna get a break when you actually are hungry. And what happens to a lot of my students is they suffer from extreme fatigue by the time they get to the science section, and then their science scores are horrible. And for that reason, I think it's really important that you just stuff yourself whenever you can at your breaks, even if they're early. Finally, just one note on something not to bring. Don't bring a cell phone. You're not going to be allowed to use it. Generally, you're also not allowed to use headphones or earplugs or things like that. Keep those at home, preferably. If you, for some reason, need them with you, hide them in the bottom of your bag, turn them off, and pretend that they're not even there. And if they're making people check cell phones at the door, check your cell phone at the door. Don't bring it in if they're checking cell phones at the door. You just don't want to get kicked out because you have a cell phone on you. It's really not cool. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys like it. If so, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. You can also join our mailing list at our website. I promise we don't send a lot of email. SupertutorTV.com is our website. Go check it out. We're about to release so many more awesome ACT resources over the next 6 months or so. So if you guys are taking this test, especially if you're taking it in a while, definitely keep plugged in so that you can have our latest and greatest information and resources to get you ready for test day. Thanks guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.